In 1972, the U.S. Congress passed the Federal Water Pollution Control Act, better known as the Clean Water Act. The goal of the act is to make surface waters of the United States fishable and swimmable. The act made it unlawful to release any pollutant from a point source into most major waters of the U.S. without obtaining a permit to do so. It also made filling of wetlands unlawful without a permit. The act does not include waters that don't connect to a navigable waterway, although not everyone agrees which waters are exempt. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality monitors pollution and issues permits for discharge of pollutants in Texas. Non-point source pollution comes from many places. It's difficult to trace to its source and therefore is not controlled by the Clean Water Act. A common cause of non-point source pollution is runoff, such as when rain or floodwaters carry pollution as it runs off the land. This kind of pollution is blamed for high amounts of nitrate in groundwater and sediment in surface waters. These are the greatest contaminants in many Texas waters today. Agricultural activity accounts for most of this non-point source pollution. The irrigation and plowing of crops and application of fertilizers and chemicals generate pollutants such as nitrates, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, and sediment. Here we can see non-point runoff of water laden with sediments and other pollutants from an area where livestock are kept. While this is called agricultural runoff, it's actually a stable for horses that are part of a riding academy in a Texas suburb not far outside the city limits. Non-point pollution also comes from urban areas. This includes fertilizers, herbicides, and insecticides from lawns, sediment from construction sites, and oil, grease, and toxic chemicals from roads and parking lots. We all contribute to this kind of pollution, for example, when we drive our car or when we fertilize our lawn. Because non-point source pollution can be more difficult and costly to describe and control than point source pollution, there's no single law or permitting system for non-point source pollution. Responsibility for non-point source pollution control in Texas for agriculture and forestry falls on the Texas State Soil and Water Conservation Board and on the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. This would be for non-point sources such as runoff from urban areas. Texas also relies on education, water quality management programs, and voluntary, financial, and technical assistance to help landowners reduce non-point source pollution. For example, the Texas Stream Team is a statewide network of citizen water quality monitors who volunteer to test water quality. These volunteers also include teachers and their students. The volunteers monitor water quality and report results for addition to a statewide database of information about the condition of Texas's streams, rivers, and other water bodies. Students monitor a body of water under a teacher's supervision with activities based on educational objectives of the class. Certified teachers can also train students to become volunteer monitors who then can go out on their own to form groups and monitor their own aquatic sites. Students who measure what's happening in the aquatic environment develop an understanding of water quality issues, and they're better prepared to participate in local water resource issues, as well as to make environmental work a career choice. Now, another way Texans take care of water is through watershed action planning. Landowners, scientists, local government officials, and staff from responsible agencies consider sound science to design, implement, and monitor water quality management strategies to protect and restore water quality in local waters.